What's up, y'all? Welcome to Kai TV. I am your host, Kai, and today we're going to get into the latest episode of The Real Housewives of Atlanta. This is season 16, episode 6, called Peace Interrupted. And Brit, you have definitely interrupted all of the little piece that we did have left in this show. Let's get into it. So we start the episode off with the producers asking the ladies in their confessionals how did they feel after Kenya's event. Shamia said she felt her heart in her stomach. Kelly said she couldn't imagine what was on the rest of them posters because she had left before seeing everything else. Cynthia said she seen a lot in the group, and in Kenya's situation, it hit different for her because she hold Kenya's to a higher standard. And Portia, she said it triggered her and hurt her. I wonder why they didn't ask Drew. However, I definitely can tell that all of the ladies were in shock of what happened. Then we get the aftermath 48 hours later at Brit's house. She's sitting in her living room with her dog trying to put bows on her. Her husband, Mike, then comes and sit down with her to discuss what she shows him on her phone, which was probably the article that talked about the event. She says that she hasn't slept since finding out what happened. She also said she spent $250 on them flowers. And they look nice, but they didn't look like they were $250 worth. She then says because of all the mess that transpired with her being exposed, she may lose her insurance license. Now, I'm going to have to stop you right there, Brit. You being exposed with pictures will not cause you to lose your license, but you being fraudulent will. So the people might have started digging up in your past in regards to that for you to be investigated, not because of some naked pictures of you. She then said in her past that she let one of her boyfriends film her giving him oral, and she even tried a stint in webcam play. She said she had everything wiped from the internet, but obviously not if Kenya got a hold of it. Then we get the waterworks. Listen, I am not dismissing someone being exposed in the manner that she was exposed, but you should also realize that these kind of things will come back up even when you thought you erased them when you get on these reality shows. One of the things the producers will do is they will find whatever it is that they can find on you to bring light to it. It's like a way to see how much of your soul you are willing to sell to be in the spotlight. Kelly then comes over with food to cheer Brit up, and she also has someone to come over to get them some IVs to hydrate them so that they can feel a little better after King's event. Now, mind you, the crying has completely ceased with Brit. I get the feeling that she is one of them people that can cry on the spot like a spoiled brat. Brit keeps saying that Kenya has been poking at her since they met, but from the footage that they keep showing us from the other episodes, Brit has been the aggressor, not Kenya. I'm still standing on the fact that I believe the producers told you, Brit, that in order to solidify your spot on this show, you got to go after Kenya, and that's what you did. Y'all got to understand that the producers really be the ones that keep up the mess majority of the times just to get the reaction they want so the show can be drama-filled. They play y'all like some puppets, and the new people fall for it every time. Next scene, we're at Shamia's house. She's putting together a little get-together for the ladies so that they all can reconvene after the explosive events that took place at Kenya's grand opening. Kelly gets there, and let me say this. Kelly, you is super loud. Like, why you in this lady kitchen talking all loud like y'all at the club? Turn the volume down some. Shit. Portia and Angela arrive, and Kelly immediately points out that Angela has her fan, y'all. Have y'all noticed that Angela take that fan everywhere that she goes? The ladies did go on to discuss their reactions from what took place at Kenya's event, and they all agree that Kenya went too far. Y'all peep how Shamia mom was sitting in the background getting all the tea on what happened. But she gave her input and basically said that they all need to be true to themselves and not cut each other down. Angela brings up to Portia that she didn't appreciate Portia for saying that she had info on Charles, and she wanted to know why Portia did that. Portia apologized, and she said that she was actually playing, but Portia, you can't play with people like that, and y'all don't have some kind of rapport to know how someone will take what you're saying. That lady could have easily got in your face and slapped the shit out of you, and then y'all would have been fighting just because you wanted to play in that moment. Drew arrives late, and can I take this moment to say that Drew has been late to every event this season thus far. I wonder what side of Atlanta or outskirts do she live in, because I know y'all get call times for when y'all supposed to be at these places to film, or maybe production is purposely giving her a different time from everyone else to make it look like she always late. They all sit down and eat and then starts to discuss the divorces. I really don't have much to say about this part because I don't have any sympathy for the situation that Portia has put herself in. I wish Shamia didn't get up to console her based off of how she played in your face at the bank, saying that it wasn't even you singing your own song. But Shamia is one of them ones that always put their feelings aside for the friends that always have to make shit about them. I have had friends like that, and they are no longer in my life because it eventually gets draining, and you have to decide what matters most, you or them. Now I'm choosing me, and I think that's what we're about to see with Shamia and Portia. Brit tells the ladies that she's putting together a garden brunch for the ladies, and as Drew and Portia have they come to solid grounds of fixing their issues. And Portia says when she talks with Dennis, they don't talk about Drew. And she says she wants to move on from the drama with Drew because she don't have the time, space, and energy to have it for her every time she sees her. They have mutual friends, and she's just going to try to be more mature about it and just leave it where it is and be the bigger person. Okay, Portia, you say that, but your actions haven't showed it yet. Next scene, we're at Kelly's house with her daughter, Chloe. They're outside doing yoga and meditation. Kelly says that she appreciates Chloe, especially with her going through her divorce, because Chloe saw her crying on the floor one day, and she took her sisters and got them together so they would have seen their mama in that moment. That was really nice and sweet of her. She goes on to say that someone just texted her about a story that has been put out about her divorce. The producers ask her in her confessional, could she tell them what's in the article? She basically says it's about the business and her ex-husband trying to take money and locking him up for contempt and him being in jail. She said that she's pissed off because she has 4 children and they're all in school. So these kind of things hit the internet and the kids shouldn't have to know certain things. And I'm going to say this, like I said, with Drew and Ralph. These kids know more than what y'all think they do. They don't have to read it on the internet. They're there in the house when conversations are had listening, even when you think they're not. Let's head on over to Drew's house. We see her packing her clothes to leave the house for the weekend since it's Ralph weekends with the kids. Can I point out that I didn't like her hair like that? The wet look should not have become a hairstyle because it's not appealing at all. She says every first, third, and fifth weekend, she has to leave the house and Ralph gets to come upstairs basically to have time with the kids. She says it definitely has had an impact on the kids as well as her when she has to leave the house, and it's not what they've been used to. Ralph pops up as Drew is getting ready to eat breakfast with the kids. Now, I'm going to say this. You can't tell me that Drew didn't know that was finna happen because they clearly had to mic him for this scene. They have a one-on-one without the kids present, and Drew says that in their court order that Ralph is supposed to call an exterminator. Now, was this specifically in the court order, or did the court order say that Ralph is supposed to take care of anything house-related? We got to figure that part out. Ralph then says that Drew doesn't pay any bills at the house, so he's confused as to why she can't pay the exterminator bill. She explains to her sister her frustrations about the situation with Ralph, and they drive off. I wonder where they went for the weekend. Next scene, we have Shamia in the studio with RL to put some final touches on a few tracks. She invites Angela and Drew to stop by. Angela brings up the fact that at the dinner at the bank, how Portia was weird for how she was acting when Shamia played the song for the ladies. Shamia says that she thought Portia would have been celebrating her in that moment, but Shamia, girl, Portia ain't that friend for you, and I really hope that you see that now. The producers asked Shamia to sing a song, and they give us this little montage of her singing as if she was singing forever, and they hear her with, okay, we got it. I love Shamia's response. Y'all gonna hear me singing this song. Drew throws shade at Portia, basically saying working with Dennis and how the royalties and publishing is set up that it's going to help pay for PJ to go to college. Now, Drew, your music ain't going to help out that much. I'm glad Shamia pointed out to you that PJ going to college is already taken care of. RL comes back and plays them a sample of one of the songs, and the ladies seem to like it. It did sound good. Like, it's bringing back that good old R&B that we have been missing for a very long time. Next, we had a scene with Brit sitting down with her mama trying to talk about what happened at Kenya's grand opening. And honestly, I'm finna skip right on over it because it wasn't really anything to talk about. Like, I really want Brit off the show if y'all can't tell by now. She's not one of my favorite people. She has definitely brought the value that we've come to know as Real Housewives of Atlanta down to the gutter. She need to take her ass over there to the love and hip hop. That's where she belongs. Next, we have a scene with Shamia and Portia at Putt Shack, which was nothing but a filler scene. However, Putt Shack is a cool spot to go hang out at and eat. It's off of Howell Mill Road here in Atlanta, not too far away from Atlanta Station. So when you get done with your shopping over there, go on over there and have you a good time. It's pretty cool. Shamia, however, points out that she doesn't want to be the Debbie Downer and not bring up how she felt about what Portia did when she played the song for the group at the bank. But Shamia, this was the perfect time for you to do so because there was no audience around for Portia to try to downplay it in front of everybody else. I don't care what Portia is going through. That doesn't excuse her behavior for how she treated you in that moment, as well as in the moment at your birthday party. We arrived at Kelly's Peace Brunch, and the ladies all look nice. Portia is not present because PJ was sick. Kelly told her to let her know if she needed anything and told her to take everything as far as medicine, but don't take nobody else, man. Kelly, that was a good one. That was a real good one. Brit then arrives, and I don't know what kind of brunch she thought she was going to with what she had on, but anywho, Shamia asked Brit how she's been doing, and Brit says she's been okay and that it's been rough. Kelly then tells Brit that the other ladies had a chance to talk with Kenya about her feelings, and Brit is confused as to why they need to talk with Kenya, and she says this is the reason why she built up a wall with them. She goes on to say that she has to deal with her husband, her business, and her license, and Shamia then says that Brit told her that she lost her license. Angela is confused like the rest of us, and she says, based on what? And Brit does not like the response that Angela gave her, and then her energy just suddenly shifts. Angela says in front of the group that she's licensed as well, and in order for you to lose your license, there has to be cause, and so she just wants to know what was the cause. Angela is confused by Brit's energy and lets her know that the brunch is a peace offering. Then Brit gets really gutter on Angela and said, read the motherfucking room. Brit says that Angela is acting slow, and Brit, baby girl, she's not acting slow. She's letting you know that what you're trying to tell the ladies is not true, and she calling you out on your bullshit. You trying to gain sympathy for the bullshit you done did, and it ain't working with Angela. And you trying to antagonize Angela, putting your hands in her face. You lucky she didn't slap the shit out of you. Kelly gets the ladies to swap seats so that they would be near each other because she knew right then it was about to pop off, and Brit was bound to get popped in the face. This is exactly the same energy that Brit had with Kenya at the bank, being the aggressor. So why is she still on the show? I'm confused. Once they calm down the situation, Shamia then reiterates the same question Angela asked, and Brit said that because of all the backlash and defamation from Kenya, she's under investigation with her insurance license. She then tried to clean it up and said, you don't lose them immediately, and it doesn't work that way. Then that's when Angela said, thought so. And Brit fires up again. Listen, production, can y'all go ahead and escort her off the premises because she doesn't know how to control her behavior and she gets triggered off the most minute things. Then she starts at Drew. Like, what's going on with you, Brit? Damn. Shit. Drew said she feels that Kenya indeed took it too far, but if Brit can get to a place where both of them can both say that they did wrong, they just need to have a conversation about it. I think at this point, production wanted to see if there could be some kind of resolve, but Brit want to say that she doesn't feel safe to be in a room with Kenya. But ma'am, you were the one that threatened Kenya with a firearm, not the other way around. Shamia just wants the group to be at peace and move on from the situation. She thought she was just going to be there eating chicken and waffles. And I'm with you, Shamia. That food, I'm there for the food. I ain't there for the drama. Then they all get up and do the electric slide, and that's where the episode ends. I'm anxious to see where and how the group will move forward from this point on. What did you guys think of the episode? Do you think it was fair for Brit to still be on the show and not be reprimanded like they did Kenya? Do you think the fallout with Portia and Shamia are going to be detrimental? Do you think Ralph and Drew are playing in our faces with this divorce or what? I honestly think they playing it in our face, y'all. Y'all leave y'all thoughts below. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, like the video, share it with your family and friends, and tell them to support a young black brother on his journey in the animation and YouTube sector. I'll catch y'all next time right here on Kai TV. Peace out, y'all.